Hi guys, Jared here, and this is a video I've actually redone about 3 or 4 times now because I'm trying to be as politically correct as I can be, and mainly I'm trying to get to the root of the message that I'm trying to relay here in this video, and I don't know why I'm having such a hard time. I've tried to piece this together and edit it, and it's not coming out right. So hopefully this will be the time. What I wanted to talk about was this issue that went around, what was it, like 2 weeks ago now or something like that, which is basically asking the question, is Nintendo anti-gay? There was a release, I can never remember what it's called, it's like Tomodachi Life or something like that for the 3DS, where you basically import your Mii character, and it works sort of like a Sims, like you can play around, get married, and all of this stuff. And what happened was the root of the controversy was that when you wanted to marry, you could only marry a person of the opposite sex. And so this really like spiraled into a very large issue, which fundamentally came down to this one question: is Nintendo anti-gay? And it's interesting because the fallout from this has been kind of unique to watch, where Nintendo came in and basically actually released a statement saying that there was nothing they could do for this particular game, but if they do make another one, they'll be sure to, keep everyone in mind and try and be as open as possible for all sexual orientations and everything like that. So the question I have to you is, what do you think of this issue? Now, normally I would reply to everyone who would come to the channel or come to the video and leave a comment, but in this situation I most likely will not. And the reason why I probably won't be leaving comments with you guys or replies is nothing personal or anything like that. It's more along the lines that these type of issues, it's like politics and religion and things like that, you're gonna have your own opinion, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and I have my own opinion, and that's fine. But I don't want to have any disconnect or start arguments or anything like that. And I was actually afraid that even by making this video that some people would look at it like, oh, he's just doing this to get views. But I'm actually curious to see what the viewers of this channel actually think about this issue. So here's my thought on this. I think Nintendo is a traditional Japanese company. I believe that they actually had no malicious intent whatsoever for this. I don't think they actually actively went, oh, we're going to have to not include this in the game. Like, no, we can't do that. I really, truly, wholeheartedly believe that is not the case in this situation. I believe that they're just a very traditional Japanese company, and I would be very surprised if anything even popped up in their discussions while they were developing the game of having gay marriage or just anything else like that. I could be completely wrong, of course, but it's just that's what I feel based on the reaction that Nintendo has been giving ever since this issue came to light. Now, how do I feel about this overall? Honestly, I don't know how I feel. It's one of these things where I can understand Nintendo's perspective, where I believe they truly did not even think this was an issue. So they just released a game and that's it. Now, the question that we have to ask, or that you have to ask, is this a non-issue to you? Because to others, this could be a very big issue. Personally, does this impact me in any way, shape, or form? No, because I'm not going to buy the game. Do I believe Nintendo was trying to make a statement with this game? I don't. I don't think that the company was trying to go out and make a malicious statement or saying this is the traditional way, this is the way it is. But the thing is, and this is what interests me, when you have a product that you are shipping out worldwide, things change because you have to look at things in a different light. For example, there are a lot of cultures in the world where certain North American traditions, for example, may not be acceptable. It might not be acceptable to show your hair. It might not be acceptable to wear certain colors during certain times of the year. It might not be acceptable to hold something in a certain way. And to you and I, it might be, well, whoa, that's foreign, that's crazy. But that's the beauty of this world we live in. It's completely different. And so when a company decides to release a product in another country, whereas in their own country it might be perfectly acceptable, everything's fine, you know, like nobody really would say anything. When you take that product and you ship that worldwide, you know, if you don't think of all the things that these other people might, you know, believe strongly in, well, then that does become the company's problem. Do you know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense here. So, like I said, to just recap my sort of thoughts on this, because I don't have much to say. I'm not one of these who, when I heard this news, I wasn't surprised that it became a big, like a big talking point. But when people were saying that Nintendo purposely did this, that I'm not sure I agree with that. Just because of the company, and I've known Nintendo for years and years and years, I really do not see them actually trying to make a statement with this one particular game. If they were to do something like this in some of like one of their huge major profile games, I'd be like, okay, well, yeah, maybe they're trying to say something here, but excuse me. But I really don't feel that way with this particular situation. But I do agree that as a company that is shipping a product worldwide, that they do indeed need to think of other cultures, they need to think of other people, and in this situation, yeah, I think they do need to think of other people's sexual orientations if is a chance that, you know, that a large group of people could be offended or could be upset. Now, granted, realistically, you can't think of every single situation out there. That goes without saying. But I feel that as a company that is going to ship a product worldwide, you do have to try and you know, appease the masses, as it were. But what do you guys think of this? I'm kind of curious to hear what your thoughts are on this particular issue. Do you think Nintendo maliciously did this, that they're saying a statement gay marriage is bad? Or are you like me and you're sort of like, I don't think Nintendo really even thought of this at all, but then that raises the question of, should they have thought of this, given that this product will be shipped worldwide and that not all cultures are the same, not all countries are the same. Certain cultures might say, well, you know, yes, we know this happens, but it's taboo. It's like you're not supposed to speak about it. And in another country, it's celebrated. Okay, I'm not talking about gay marriage in this particular instance. I'm talking about anything in general. So where do you stand on this? I'm really curious to hear what you think. I know maybe some of you think this is a non-issue whatsoever, and some of you might have very strong reactions to this. So all I ask is that, because I'm going to keep the comments open on this, I've tried to make this video as user-friendly as possible. I really hope we don't have some giant war over this, because I would like to have the comments open. I'd like to have a mature intellectual conversation of this to see what people think, and when we look at it from Nintendo's perspective and from an individual perspective. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a couple of things I'm going to be working on. I'm working on MLB 14 The Show for the PS4. I brought home Resident Evil 4 because I want to do a sort of like a walkthrough, not walkthrough, but a sort of like a review impression sort of deal of Resident Evil, a vlog series, if you will, a hands-on series, I don't know, as I play it. Because this one, believe it or not, I've only played like once or twice, and yeah, that's it. So Resident Evil 4, and then Resident Evil Archives. I could have just picked up the Resident Evil 4, the remake for the GameCube, since I got this anyways, but I figured, what the hell. I'll just do it like that, and that's the end of it, because I can play that just on the Wii U. So anyways, I got those things coming up, and I got a surprise game that I'm waiting for. It should be delivered sometime today, I'm hoping, and I don't want to tell you what it is, but if it comes in, it's one of the most anticipated games of the year. I'm not allowed to tell you what it is, and I'm really hoping it comes in. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with another video.